I'm out walking at the track because the baseball field, the park is too crowded. So I decided to walk at the track. Since school's closed, we can walk at the track now. It's like 82 degrees out here. It's freaking hot, but I gotta do it. Vicky doesn't start chemo till June 12th, so I'm gonna walk every day like I used to at the park. I think the last time I walked was around the park, like when I saw my grandsons fishing. I think, or no, I think I walked up top at the park, but I didn't go live or upload it. Anyways, it's a beautiful day. Look at those clouds. It's so pretty. Yeah, the high school's out. School's out for summer. School's been blown to pieces. There's the bug. Ew, it's a bug. Eli and I were out in the backyard a little bit this morning. And finally he came in, so I thought I'm gonna go get my walk in. I don't like to leave him outside. Oh, bird. I used to see, now that's a robin. It's got a red breast. The bird in my backyard the other day, he had a really, really long beak and a red head. So I figured he was a woodpecker. Anywho, I used to come out here and walk all the time, and I would always see a family of bunnies. And I'd bring little carrots and feed them. I think I told you guys that the last time I was out here. So yeah, my grandson Landon has a new Twitch channel. If people who are on Twitch could please, hey Nino, happy Tuesday. I hope you're having a terrific Tuesday. If anyone is on Twitch, can they please subscribe? He's trying to get his numbers up, some subscribers. I'd appreciate it. It's Crispy, Mr. Crispy, MRCRISPY 824. Pretty sure that's what it is. I put it on my community post. Anyways, I'd really appreciate it. I know he would too. There's our middle school. So I put up a short today of my flag. I went and got a flag yesterday at Dollar General and put it up. It looks really nice. This reminded me of it. So if you guys want to check out that short, I need to start walking faster. I'm not walking fast enough. You can't burn calories if you don't walk fast. But yeah, all this week it's supposed to be in the 80s, and I think one day it's going to hit 90. Can't remember the day. But anyway, I used to ice skate on this pond down here. Pond behind the grade school. So yeah, it's going to be hot all this week. The pool opens, I think, Friday. So yeah, I'm not going to be walking out the park very often unless I go down around the lake. And it's always cool down around the lake, like 5 degrees cooler. But I'm not going to be walking out there because the pool is opening and it's going to be a lot of people out there. I'd rather do this where I'm the only one here. Others were probably here in early morning when it was cool because I've seen others out here walking before. But yeah, now that school's out, we can walk on the track. There's our water tower painted like a pumpkin because we have the pumpkin festival. Let me see what Nino said. The chat went away. Oh no, don't want to do that. I wanted to see the chat. Live chat. It's what? I can't. The city takes down trees in the ditch. Few are right outside my door. So you got to hear that. Well, I hope they get it done quick so you don't have to hear that anymore. Yeah, I'm doing up the track. I should be burning up the track. I should be running. I got flip-flops on, though. I got my flip-flops. They're designed. I got them off of Amazon. They're designed for people who get plantar fasciitis. I can walk all day in these flip-flops, and I never get, my feet never hurt. I got them for my birthday a couple years ago. It was a from me to me birthday present. I got my water. Gotta stay hydrated. Yeah, right over here is where I used to see the bunnies. And Mama, and she'd bring her babies, and I'd feed them carrots. I don't see any anymore. Well, spring's when this is still spring. It's not summer till what? 22nd, 23rd, 20-something. Anyways. But yeah, it was in the spring when she had them and used to bring them to me to feed them. That's a nice store, that Bless Your Heart Folk Art. Yes. Thanks, Nino. Yes, gotta stay hydrated. Got to. And this track's soft, too. Soft, cushiony. Of course, it's a running track, duh. Landon was here pole vaulting. He didn't do the running. He didn't do the running part of the track last year. He did, or this year he did just the pole vaulting, and he loved it. So he'll probably do that again next year. But he was out here, and Kim didn't know I was back from taking Vicky, so she thought I was still in Wheeling, so she didn't let me know he was out here, so I missed it. But next year, hopefully, I'll get to see him. I saw the video, but he posted a video on Instagram. He's really good at it. And then my grandson Peyton, that lives in Chicago, he's going to be put up on the banner in the gym. Where the school he went to that school from pre-K all the way up to the 8th grade and graduated from it. Then he could walk to it. It was like a stone's throw from their house, which was nice. Anyways, he's going to be put up on the banner because he broke the record for the cross-country run. So that's awesome. I'm proud of all my grandchildren. They're all good kids. And Peyton was on the honor roll every year of his school career. And he was National Honor Society. Okay, that's lap 1. I would have been done a while ago if I'd been walking the pace I usually walk. But it's hard to walk fast and hold the phone. And one of these days I should just bring out my 6-foot-tall tripod and just set it up on there. It even has a remote control where I can start it. You know, like I'd be on the track and I could start it and I could put it out there. Then you guys could see me walking around. But I don't know. I think that would be boring. Boring. But yeah, any walking's good walking. We walked 4 miles in Chicago. We went to the Starved Rock State Park. I have a video. 4 miles we walked, we figured out after we got done. I knew it was more than 2 miles because I always walk a mile out the track. So I know how, or out the park. And I know how long it takes. And we'd been walking for a couple hours. And we would stop and rest. But anyways, we walked 4 miles that day. It was nice, felt good. Let's see, I'm trying to think of what's coming up. The Feast of the Flowering Moon Festival just ended in Chillicothe Park. It was during Riley's birthday weekend, so I didn't go. And the next one I think is, I'm not sure. I think it's Yellow Springs, Ohio, which is a town like Sebastopol. I think that's the next Jessica's Music Festival where she vends her crystals. That's the one I'm going to go to. And Comfest, too, in Columbus, Ohio. Comfest is where the girls get to run around topless and they don't get arrested. Just for Comfest weekend. But they got live bands there. I don't know if Yellow Springs Festival has any bands or not. They probably have street players if they don't have bands. But I've never been to Yellow Springs. I've been wanting to go. And then I've been to Comfest. It just was before I had a channel, so I never filmed it. This year, I'm going to film it. Or did I film Comfest? I can't remember. My memory is so bad. So I made a check out last month to my my trash. And I wrote $30, which is what my water bill usually is. And here, my trash bill is only $22 a month. So I just went there today to pay June's. And I said, I wrote a check out for 14, reason being because last month I gave you 30. And I said, I photocopied the check from my bank statement on my phone. And so she looked at it and I said, you need me to enlarge it? She said, no, I see it. She said, we're good. It's like, I think I was thinking about my water bill when I wrote it. And I just automatically wrote 30. So yeah, it's cheap to live here, people. $22 for trash removal. Usually the water's $23.25. I think that month it was 30. But it's real cheap. Rent's pretty reasonable here. But, well, it used to be, everything's cheap, but the jobs didn't pay a lot. But now that the gas and oil company came in here, you can get a really good paying job, like $30 an hour. And then we still have our coal mines, which they pay probably even more than that in 2023. So yeah, Ohio's not a bad place to live. And you get to see all the seasons. Because when I lived in Florida, I lived in Titusville, Florida, it just did not seem like Christmas because no snow. You walk in the stores and they were air conditioned. And that's the only part I didn't like about it. And the freaking love bugs. When it was love bug season, those bugs got all over you. I was a flag person in Florida. And I was flagging during love bug season. And I had to keep wiping them off my sunglasses. And I stopped this pickup truck. And it had girls and boys in the back of it. And they were freaking out. It looked like a horror movie. They were screaming because the love bugs were getting all in their hair. And because, as long as you're moving, they won't light on you, but you stop. They'll land. And they were getting blankets that they had in the truck and putting it over them. And then I stopped a motorcyclist. He had his visor down. And they were getting all over his visor, and he had to wipe it off right before he took off. And then one time I stopped a beekeeper. His truck was full of beehives. I didn't know. He was waving at me, don't stop me. Everybody does that. They don't want to get stopped. And I figured he's just one of them people, So I stopped him. He said, come here. He crooked his finger at me. I walked up there. He said, you see what I'm carrying back there? And I looked. I said, yeah, beehives. He said, well, hopefully they'll go with me when I leave. And some of them did, some of them didn't. They were swarming all over me. And I'm swinging at him with my stop sign. And the boss comes up and he says, Charlie, what are you doing? He called me Charlie. I said, there's bees all around. He said, well, you're making them mad. Don't do that. Don't swing at them. So now when I see a bee, I'm cool with it. A bee don't bother you if you don't bother it. He said, you're going to get stung. Just stand there and be calm. He said, eventually they'll go away, but you swatting at them is going to aggravate them. So I just stood there and kind of scared. And now I'm not afraid of them. And they went away. And I swear I saw, what's his name? did the Smokey and Burt Reynolds. That's where I saw Burt Reynolds. And then some guy went by and he threw me a joint. And the joint, that's back when I smoked. And the cars kept running over the joint, and the joint kept going, blowing around because the cars were going over. And I kept saying, don't hit that joint. Please don't run over that joint because I want to smoke it at noon. So it was okay. I managed to get the car stopped, and I got it. And me and my girlfriend shared it at noon. Went back to work. We should have had walkie-talkies, but that cheap company I worked for didn't have them for us because we couldn't see each other's signs, right? And you're supposed to have walkie-talkies to communicate when you can't see each other's signs. Actually, it was probably against the law, but we told the boss, please get us walkie-talkies. He'd just say, well, I'm working on it. Anyhow, we had this screw, and it was wrapped with that little blue tape that they put on markers when they're doing surveys. It was wrapped in that. And you try to give it to somebody, the last person, you got to give it to them, and then they got to take it to the girl on the other end. She knows to let her cars through when she gets that screw. Well, people would say, a blue screw? I don't want a blue screw. They'd ask their partner, you want this blue screw? They said, no, I don't think I've ever had a blue screw. So they'll go down the road and throw it out the window, or they won't take it, and then you have to try to let them go and get the next car to take it, and then they're like, why did he get to go? Anyways, it was an awful system. So we're stuck sometimes. Like I'm stuck on my end, she's stuck on her end because she didn't get the screw. And so the boss would say, hell, what's going on? Diane's got hers held, you got yours held. I said, somebody must have pitched the screw again. We need walkie-talkies. Anyway, when I came back from lunch after I smoked that joint, I forgot to give the last person the screw. So once again, they were stopped on my end, they were stopped on her end, we didn't know what was going on. And then the boss comes up to me and says, Charlie, somebody throw the screw out the window again. And I'm like, oh shit, it's right here in my hand. So I had my hand wrapped around my sign and the screw was in my hand against the sign. I had forgotten to pass the blue screw along. Because I got high. I was gonna pass the blue screw, but then I got high. Oh my goodness. And then they give us beer, and the boss come by and said, Charlie, what is that? I said, it's a beer. He said, keep it under the cones in case the big wigs show up. Keep it under your cone. Because we were in the middle of the road, all we had was an orange cone, traffic cone, and our stop sign. And I would stick my stop sign down inside the cone and just turn it around so I didn't have to frickin' hold it. Couldn't sit 10 hours a day. We only got a lunch break. And it was in Florida, and it was frickin' hot. Anyways. Yeah, and then it was kind of chilly in the mornings, in December, and I'd wear leggings over my blue jeans, and at noon I'd have to peel those leggings off. Anyways, one chilly morning, this guy I had stopped. He said, come here. And I walked over there. He said, you look like you're cold, because I was shivering. He said, you need a drink of this coffee. I said, oh, thanks. And I said, well, no thanks, I don't want to take your coffee. I really didn't want to drink after him. He said, here, I'll pour it in a cup. And he had a cup, and he poured it in a cup. And I took a big drink. It was Irish coffee. It had a bunch of whiskey in it, too. Not just a little bit. And I was like, like that. And I was like, oh, my goodness. He said, it's Irish coffee. I said, oh, thanks. Oh, it was a fun job. It was hard, but it was fun. I liked working outdoors. Built bridges, flagged, laid railroad tracks, ran a boom truck when I laid the railroad tracks. I just never liked inside work. How many times? That was 2, right? 2 times around. I lost track as I'm running my jib. It's another Robin. Hey, Robin. What doing? Oh, I need to take a drink. And I'm sorry, I'm ignoring the chat too. Let's see. Oh, it's so hard to read it with the sun shining right down on it too. Even with my sunglasses here, let me turn around. Let's see. Oh crap, I can't read it. Sorry, Nino. I cannot read it. You walk. I know you ride your bike too. You ride your bike, right, Nino? Does it say something about walk? I'm sorry. I cannot read it. I'm so glad you're in here, though. The sun's just glaring on it. Even with my sunglasses, I can't read it. I tried that where you put your hand up like Blackbird does. I still couldn't read it. I can read the word walk. Anyways, I hope they get done with those trees soon. I know you mentioned it in Blackbirds the other day that you're having to put up with that noise. Do they start super early and wake you up, or are you an early riser? I might be able to. Are you an early riser? Put yes or no. I could probably read that. You might have to capitalize it. Well, I hope they're not waking you up. I was gonna clean my room, and then I got high. So has anybody seen that new song by Willie Nelson and Billy Strings? When Billy Strings walks out of that Willie Nelson's motorhome, he smoke comes out the door, and then he comes back like a second later because he forgot his guitar. Well, I actually saw that. Not somebody forgetting their guitar, but I saw Willie come off his bus to go on stage because we were up right in front of the stage, and it was in Nelsonville, Ohio. It's a big college, and Jessica was vending, and Willie Nelson was the performer. So we set our chairs right in front of the stage and kept our spots because Mom loved him. I wanted to get good pictures for her. It's been a while ago because Mom's been gone 6 years. Anyway, he opens the door to his bus and smoke just rolls out of it. It was too funny. I wonder if he does that at every concert. Probably. But he was good. He's still good. My sister Marcy recently saw him, and he's still pretty good. But anyways, that was so funny. And I watched that video to that song. It's called California Sober. Yeah, California Sober. Billy Strings and Willie Nelson. Like I said, I wish I would have been filming when of all the places I've been to. Been to a lot of states. Been to the Florida Keys when Jessica lived on a sailboat. I went down there on the Greyhound. 2 days ride. I didn't sleep the whole time because I can't sleep in a moving vehicle. And Jessica, I get off the bus and she sees how tired I am. She said, "You want to rest?" I said, "No, I'm ready to do whatever." Oh, I got my second win. Yeah, it was fun. She lived on a sailboat. They docked out in the water so they didn't have to pay slip rental. And they had a generator for lights. She cooked some good meals on that boat. And then one time we went, she lived in the first key. It was Pine Key? I can't remember. But she lived in the very first one you come to. And I said, "I want to go to Key West because I want to do the Duval Crawl, man." So we rented a car and I drove to Key West. And we had a good time. But yeah, she used to, in the summer, she'd stay where it was warm. She used to stay at the Joshua Tree. And then in the winter, she'd stay where it's warm. I said that wrong. And then the summer, she'd come back this way. So I didn't get to see her very much when she was single, or not single, but she didn't have kids, 4 kids. She was traveling all around the world. But I got to go to Arizona too, quartzsite, because she set up there at the big gym show they have there. And she got to buy her rocks wholesale. She still shops wholesale at different places. Still has her wholesale license. Anyways, it was fun. And then son lived in Atlanta, Georgia, before he moved to Chicago. He's been in Chicago, oh my gosh. I'm thinking 18 years. I could be wrong on that number. They've owned their house 13 years. It's in a nice suburb in Chicago. No crime there. Anyway, yeah, I went to Atlanta, Georgia. I lived in South Carolina. I lived in Macon, Georgia. I lived in Tennessee. I lived in Florida. I lived in Kansas. Kansas is where I built bridges and laid railroad track. So I've been everywhere, man. Across the desert, man. Travel, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. Kansas was nice because it was all flat. You didn't have these, like here, you have these kiss your ass turns, real sharp turns and hills. And it's, it's very scary driving. It's very hilly. You go too fast, you're gonna die. That type of situation. But Kansas was all flat. It was so nice to drive out there. El Dorado, that's where I live. I got to stop and think a minute. El Dorado, Kansas. And first time I walked into a bar there, they were playing dominoes. And they had all these little card tables up and they was playing dominoes. And they were drinking Coors, they called it Coors, with tomato juice. And now my friend Dwayne's taking to drinking that Coors with tomato juice. He said it tastes good. I think it'd be nasty. But anyways, that was their drink there in Kansas. We lived by Lake Bluestem. And we always used to go fishing on our days off. Ex-husband worked for the cable company. He was a cable installer. And that's back when they had the gas and they had to climb up the poles. Now they don't do that. It's all computer run. Man, he'd shimmy up the poles. Back then I have lots of pictures. But, like I said, it wasn't no YouTube. Didn't have a channel. What was that? Was that 3? Was that 3, Nina? Was there anybody else in here? The sun went in, so I can maybe see the chat. Bill Ellis, hey! See, you're in Vietnam. How's that, man? I've never traveled like that far. Bill, it's so good to see you. Glad you came to my live. How do I pronounce my name? Charla. Charla. I was named after my daddy, Charles. Mom just took the ES off and added an A. And then my middle name's Joette, after my mom. Her name was Joanne. Actually, her real name was Betty, but her first name was Betty, but she always went by Joanne. Nobody ever called her Betty, from the time she was a little baby. And my daughter Edith's middle name is Jolene, after my middle name. And then Ida's named after Grandma Ida, who originally owned the house I live in now. It was Grandma Ida's house, and then it was my mommy's house, and now it's my house. I'm so happy and grateful to have it. I'm happy every day I wake up. I count my blessings. It's a lot of hard work, but it'll get done. It'll all get done eventually. Got faith in me. I think that was 3 times. I think this is 4. I'm just going to keep on moving until I can't move anymore. I'm not going to count the laps, but I know 4 is a mile. So when I get around there to the bug, it'll be a mile. But I'm just going to keep on going as long as I'm able to move. The main thing is, they say if you can talk and walk, you're okay. And I can still talk and walk. I just got to get rid of my tummy. I'm not big anywhere else really. It's my stomach. And I should get some hormones. I have a doctor's appointment June 14th. And I'm going to ask her about that. And she asked me if I wanted to ultrasound on my thyroid last time I went. And I should have said yes. I said, no, seems like you got the numbers right. So I think that'd be a waste. But this time I think I will say, yeah, let's do that ultrasound because something's going on. Because I'm not a big eater and I exercise. So, something. And I don't drink that much, so it's not a beer gut either. It's got something to do with hormones. I don't know if she'll give me hormones. Do you know? Of course, you can have a one-on-one on the internet, on the computer with a doctor. Pretty much get anything you want, but I don't really want to do that. I don't even like to take aspirin. I have to take my blood pressure medicine. I have to take my cholesterol. I have to take my thyroid. I don't like to take anything else that's not prescribed. Once upon a time, I had Xanax to help me sleep and help my anxiety. And I was supposed to take 3 a day. They were only 0.5. I was supposed to take 3 of those suckers a day, and I never did because they make you like a zombie. And then once she gave me Ambien to sleep, and I'd heard all kinds of stories about that. So I put a piece of cellophane tape over the door, where if somebody opened it, I would know. I mean, not somebody opened it because it was locked, but if I went out and drove around, didn't know it, I would know I went out because of the tape. And it was still the same in the morning. But people would get up. Even the doctor told me her boyfriend, he got up and made supper. He cooked something, and I forget what she said he cooked, spaghetti maybe, and he didn't remember doing it. He didn't know he did it. I said, that's kind of scary to me. So I stopped taking them. Plus they erase your memory. It's probably what's wrong with my memory now. Because I took them for like 6 months, and then I was like, they made me feel like a zombie too, and they made me tired the next day. Yeah, they made me sleep, but they also made me groggy the whole next day, and I didn't like that feeling. So I had like a full bottle of Xanax because I never took them. And she gave me a 90-day supply. That was, let's see, 1, 2, 3. I've been in the house a year now. Time flies. I was in the apartment 2 years. And then I had that bottle like 2 years in Circleville. That full bottle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 years I had a bottle of that Xanax. I only took them when I needed to. Like when I absolutely had to sleep and get up early and stuff. So 5 years that bottle lasted me. 90 pills in there. Because I don't like, I never did. I mean, everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people experiment and they smoke pot. And I found it didn't make me feel the way it does, the way it makes others feel. It made me, I don't know, paranoid, but not paranoid like, oh, there's a cop, Paranoid like, am I saying the right things? How do I look? That kind of paranoid. I didn't like it. And I've never been a heavy drinker. I drink occasionally, and I drink a couple. I don't drink to get drunk. Had a couple of people tell me that. I drink to get drunk. Well, more power to you if that's your thing. I don't like to fall down. I don't like to puke. I like to be in control. Basically, I'm a control freak. I'd like to see me if I ever did let go. Somebody else coming to walk? That's like a mailman. Like somebody with a backpack. Oh, I wonder if that's track people when they want to run. To keep in shape over the summer. Oh well. I'll leave because I don't like being on here when somebody else is on here. So I walked a mile in this lap. It's good for today. Tomorrow I think I'll go down around the Park Lake because it's so much cooler down there. And there again, there was a track team running around there one day, and I asked them, I said, how much do you have to run around to walk around this Park Lake for a mile? And they said 4 times. So everything's like 4 times, so everything must be a quarter-mile track. So yeah, I'm gonna do that tomorrow. Who's this? I can't see because of the sun. Oh, is it still Bill, Ellis, and Nino? I'm glad you guys came in. I haven't seen you for a while, Bill. Well, I haven't been in Rosie's for a little bit. I go in there and watch, and nobody knows I'm in there. I'm a lurker in there. I should say hi to her, but and sometimes I do when I go in, but more often than not, I just lurk. It's fun. I mean, I mod all the time on Blackbird, so I took a break last night from his. I was in Nomadic Chicago, and that's where I saw you, Bill, right? He kept hounding me. He doesn't faze me, though. I knew who I am. He doesn't. He don't know me from Adam. Rich Life doesn't either. I've never, ever associated with Rich Life, as far as I know. I mean, I think I followed his channel when he first came on, and, oh, I don't know what that is. It looks like a lightning bug. But I don't think it is. I think it's one of those. Oh, maybe it is. There's bugs like that get on the front of your house here. They cover the front of your house. Anyways, getting back to Rich Life. I was in there, and he went to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and stayed with that girl that lived with her father, and she was helping her father. I talked a little bit, and he went and ate that steak and tried to eat it in a certain amount of time, and he didn't do it, or because he got it free if he did. I saw that one, a few others, but he don't know me either. People don't. The thing with Elvis Travels is, or Nomadic Chicagoan now, he doesn't bother to get to know people. He acts like people aren't human. Like, I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, I'm a mother, I'm a grandmother, I'm a lot of other things. But I'm not going to tell him. But he doesn't treat people like they're human beings. He just treats them like they're, I guess, donators. Oh, man, I donated to him once, Bill. I got tore up from the floor. Oh my gosh, they cussed at me and said, don't donate to him. He's an e-bagger. Blah, blah. I didn't know. It was when I first started watching him. Not like it would stop me from donating if I wanted to. Donating if I wanted to. But, man, they tore me a new one. Yeah, he's got his faults. Everybody does. But I wasn't going to, go down to his level and tell all his faults. And I pretty much know him because I know him better than he knows me. Because I'll pay attention. He doesn't at least he interacts with his chat. And I told him that. I said, I'll give you that. You talk to your chat, which is good. It's nice to come in. And I'd be talking to you guys a lot more. You know that because I do that. But I cannot see because of the sun. And my phone's starting to get warm too. Yeah, these guys are gonna run. They're doing some warm-ups. So I'm gonna leave. But I got my mile in. I got a mile and a lap in. So that's good. And I'm sweating. I need to take another drink. Did I even take a drink? I said I was gonna take a drink. I don't think I did. I'll take a big old drink when I get up to the bug. Whew. It's gotta be like 82 now. But Elvis did say if I came to Chicago, next time I come to Chicago, he'll show me a good time. We'll see. Wouldn't that be fun? I mean, might get me some more subs. I'm trying to get my channel up to 1,000. So far it's only 500 and something. I need to do more lives. Or ask people to share, shout it out, share, please like, subscribe. I don't know. It's not in me. Man, that's a hell of a hill. Yeah, I want to keep in shape so I don't have to have knee surgery. A lot of my classmates have had their knees replaced. I don't want to do that. So I've heard that's hell, and you have a long time to recuperate from it. That's something I want to avoid. Goodbye, track. Goodbye. See you next time. Whew. Yeah, tomorrow I'm definitely gonna, because it's supposed to be hotter tomorrow than it is right now, so I'm definitely gonna go down at the bottom and walk around the park lake. Phew. And I need to put on my community post when I'm going live too, because maybe I'd get more people come in if I did that. Look at my keys. You see them? I got sweat on them. It's like I'm in a sauna. But that's good because that means you're burning calories, losing weight. Whew. I think that's shut. Oh my goodness. That hill about them, man. Whew. At least I own up to my faults, you know. Well, I don't know if it's a fault, but well, I guess it is my fault. Being overweight. Well, a lot of it's to do with my thyroid. And then if you're sedentary, and I was sedentary, I was working on the house for 6 months, but I wasn't walking. And everybody said, oh, it's okay, you're working on the house. Yeah, there's times I sweat. And it felt like came in from a rainstorm working on the house, but it's not like cardio. Well, I guess some of it was, but anywho. I'm going to start this car and turn the AC on. And then Vicky, poor Vicky, she was diagnosed with the cancer, and oh, gotta leave that radio off because it's 2 for Tuesday, and I'll get, what's it called? Not a strike, but now I can read it. Between Rosie and Charla, I don't have any more time to spend on YouTube. Aw, you know, I'm glad you're in here. You guys are top mods in my book. It's in Vietnam. It was a big battleground, U.S. based in Vietnam War. Oh, wow, that's cool that you went and saw that, Bill. He is just doing his poor man's WWE shtick. Sadly, he thinks racist, misogynistic attacks are okay. Yeah, no. I know him. That's why he didn't faze me. He's just Elvis being Elvis. I've been off channels lately doing things in the world. Good for you, Bill. Almost a 5K. Right? Yes, hangovers are the worst. Drug hangovers, 2 balls and a pole. I've seen you before, 2 balls. Welcome to the stream. Well, that much would show you, Charlie. That's way too much drug. I know, right? Ambien is a demon drug. I agree, Bill. It scared me one time. I took Landon. He was like 3 down to the laundromat when I lived in the apartments. And I don't remember. This is before I had the washer and dryer. I had that in my last apartment because there was a hookup. My washer and dryer was in the storage. Anyways, I had to go down and use the little laundromat that was at our apartment building. And I don't remember taking him in there. I don't remember doing the laundry. And that is terrible. When you can't sit and recall a memory, bring it back to your mind, it's like that time was lost. That is scary. I mean, obviously we got along okay, but I don't know if anybody said anything out of the way to him. You know, it was just, oh man, I just went on and on about it to my family, and they were like, nothing happened. Well, how do you know? How do I know nothing happened? You know? Anyways, the laundry got done. Landon was fine. His mom picked him up. But yeah, it's probably part of my memory, unless I'm just losing my memory from old age. Yeah, Nino, Bill Ellis is a really nice guy. I met him in Rosie's chat. Yeah, oh, you get sick on boats? Oh, sorry, Nino. Yeah, I've lived in a lot of places. Yeah, Elvis was pronouncing my name right. You sleep in every damn day. Good for you, Nino. I sleep in as long as Eli will let me. Yeah, that coffee was spiked. It was Irish coffee. It had whiskey in it. Right? We should have had walkie-talkies. Now, if you're close enough, at times we were. If you're close enough, you can see each other's signs. Then you don't need that because she see. Hey, Mew. I don't know if you're still here. Sorry, I couldn't read the chat because of the sun. Have a terrific Tuesday, Mew. If you're still here, I hope you're doing good. You bike down to your local track almost every night. That's nice, Nino. Yeah, at times we were close enough to where we could see each other's signs, and then that was fine. But when we were far apart, we needed walkie-talkies, and for some reason they wouldn't provide them. Yeah, I got birthing hips, I had 4 kids. My 11-year-old grandson came in 2 times around the track. I cried. Oh, he came in second. Aw. Well, second's good, though. Second's good. They're making burgers right now. I bet they're good. They're taking the neighbor's trees, not mine. The city takes down trees in the ditch. A few are right outside my door. Thank God I don't have any they can chop. Oh, yeah, I tried not to. I mean, you should have seen a few things I wanted to type, but then I erased it. Thought better of it. But man, he's out of shape. That man could not mow my yard. It takes me an hour and a half to mow my yard. And he's always saying, I don't smoke, I don't do drugs, I don't drink. Well, he drinks socially because I've seen him have Modelo's before. He went out with Tasha Teeling one time, and he had Modelo, and he had him in the Syrian dance hall thing. Well, thanks for that, Bill. Appreciate that. I try to treat everybody the way I'd want to be treated, but sometimes I can get mouthy too. I'm sure you've seen that in Blackbird's chat. Especially when I get a couple beers in me. No, I would not trade places with him, no. He probably doesn't go to the doctor. I'm sure if he went to the doctor, he'd be in worse shape than me. I mean, I'd hope he'd be in good shape. I wouldn't wish that on anybody, Your thyroid being whacked is terrible. Okay, Nino, bye. Yeah, I'll see you I'll probably be in Blackbirds tonight. Patty was in there for me last night. I texted her and said, I'm not going to be in chat tonight. I'm just not feeling it. And then I watched a movie, and then when the movie was over, I went into Nomadic Chicagoans. I seen he came on. Yeah, Rosie really did a good job on his van, the Lisa Marie. She really fixed it up. I don't know if 2 balls and a panda's in here anymore or not. Or 2 balls and a 2 balls and a pole. I don't know why I said panda. 2 balls and a pole. I don't know if he's still in here or not. Oh, my AC cools this car off quick. It's your bedtime now. I'm going to take my powerful sleep drug Benadryl. You know what, Bill? I took 2 Benadryl the other day, and it made me sleepy. But it made me take a nap the next day, too. But if I absolutely have to go to sleep and get up early, because I kind of have insomnia, I'm up till 2 in the morning in Maud and Blackbird's chat. Anyways, Yeah, I took 2 Benadryl. First time I ever tried it, it made me act like the Tasmanian devil, but I only took one. Well, somebody told me to take 2, so I took 2, and it made me sleep. It puts my sister out big time. They give it to her whenever she has chemo. Or no, I'm sorry, I take it back. They give it to her when she gets blood, and she sleeps the whole time, and I have to wake her up to eat lunch. Yeah, that's the trick, huh? You gotta take 2. Well, that one, man, I cleaned the whole apartment. I was looking for stuff to do. It was like I said, I was running around like the Tasmanian devil. It was like I took speed. It was crazy. And then my friend Andrew, he said, because he takes it for his allergies, he said, Charlotte, take 2. So I did, and man, I went to sleep. Like an hour later, I was asleep. Yeah. But I wouldn't want to do that every night. No, rather stay up, especially if I don't have to get up early. Thankfully, Vicky's chemos aren't until 1 o'clock. So we leave at noon to go to Wheeling, West Virginia. Wheeling Hospital is where she gets it at, so gets them at. So that's not too bad. She got labs today. She usually gets labs on Mondays and Thursdays, but she can drive herself from Somerton to Barnesville. It's only like 10 minutes, if that. And she goes to Barnesville Hospital to get labs, and they tell her numbers on her MyChart on her phone pretty fast. And then if her numbers are up, she doesn't have to go get blood or platelets. So hopefully her numbers are up today. But she couldn't go yesterday because of holiday, so she went today. And then she'll go again Thursday. And if her numbers are way low, like dangerously low, she has to go and get either the blood or the platelets. And that's in Wheeling. And she's been doing really well. Has her appetite back. She was 98 pounds. Now she's up to 105. She feels better. She can walk without assistance. She can drive. Well, further than she has. She drove the other day. She drove from her house to almost to the interstate, this gas station where the guy lets us park. And then Marcy picked her up and they went to the track. And Marcy won 300. The last time they went to the track before this, Vicky hit a hand pay. I think she won. It was like 1,600, and I wasn't there to film it. And Marcy didn't film it. Oh, thanks, Nino. Appreciate that. Yeah, she's getting lots of prayers, and I think that has something to do with it. I really do. She's getting lots of prayers, and, miracles do happen. So she has another bone marrow biopsy June the 8th, I think. I could be wrong. But she'll find out then whether it's working or not, the chemo. But from all signs, it's pointing to it's working because, like I said, she got her appetite back. She's walking more. She doesn't have to have somebody hold on to her. She's more steady on her feet. She gained weight. So hopefully it's working. Just gotta keep praying. Thanks, Nino. I really appreciate it. You have a great rest of your afternoon and evening. You too, Bill, and Two Balls, and Mew. Who else was in here? Gotta scroll back. I think that's it. I miss Mew. I'll have to go to his channel and say thanks for coming to my live and hi. Sorry I missed you. Yeah, I think that was it. Like I said, I need to put this on my community channel, like Charlotte's going live at 5, say, just for example. And then thanks, Bill. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, me too. She'll be texting me later. Tell me what they are. Good night. Sleep well, my friend. And take care, everyone. Yeah, I'm going to jump off here and get home to Eli and probably find something to do. There's always something to do. Should strip the rest of the paint off of that banister. I've been so busy lately, too. I haven't done anything around the house except the yard work. I need to get paint that outside building, that metal building. I need to get paint the or stain the back porch. A lot of stuff I need to do. Just gotta, like the Nike commercial, I just gotta do it. Just do it. All right, guys, I love you, and thanks for coming into my live, and take care. And I'll see you next time. Bye for now. Oh, wait. There it is. I couldn't find out how to end it. Bye, guys.